Good morning guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and this time we are doing the 2021 Reefton Teams event. So we've got my truck, me and Lockie in my truck. We've got Shane and Flynn in the wee Grand Vitara, which you've seen on the channel before. And then over there we've got the repaired Racelux with Matt and Steve. So basically the idea of this event is we get given a big book with a whole bunch of photos and GPS coordinates, and each photo is worth different amounts of points based on where it is and how hard it is to get to, and we've got to try and recreate as many photos within a given amount of time by using the GPS coordinates to get there. So it's a real fun team event. So the more trucks you get to each location, also the more points you get, and basically yeah, just 2 days of awesome fun over on the coast. So we couldn't say no. So yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. It's like 7 in the morning right now. We've got to get to driver's briefing. Bit of an early start, but that's all right. Anyway, enough talking from me. Let's get into it.
We're gonna try and keep it for us.
It's a familiar looking truck.
Alright guys, well they've just had the meeting. We've been given the books with all the coordinates, and we're just quickly plotting out where we want to start off, and then we're gonna go hit the tracks. There's a good range of trucks today. There's a lot more tucked around the corners, so it's going to be interesting to see which teams are out first and which teams really take their time to plot out where they want to go. But yeah, it's interesting.
So that's got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay guys, well, decision's been made. We're hitting the chasm first.
Waipuna if we get separated on the road.
So oh sorry, Waipuna and then the chasm.
So the first one is actually underneath the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Your classic under the bridge.
Yep. Sweet. Right, let's get going. So we've got the Lockie and Matt in the back putting the coordinates in on the GPS so that we can get the right locations for the photos.
57. Yep. 14.26.
Right guys, well we're at the trailer park, just about to unload the Hilux. We've got our second checkpoint done. The idea is, because the Grey River, which is what we have to cross to get into the chasm, is up a bit, we don't really want to be crossing it if it's too high, especially because the Hilux doesn't have a snorkel. So we're going to head into Alexander Mine and then split up. The Hilux is going to go basically as quick as they can out of Alexander Mine and down to the chasm to check the river depth. Meanwhile the two club trucks will just cruise on in, and then they'll let us know what they think when we catch them up. If it's no good, they can already be on the way out to notify us. So just trying to save as much time as possible. But yeah, first step is Alexander Mine. Felt that one. Right guys, well we've made it down to the crossing at the chasm. The river is definitely up, but it's not too bad. I don't know whether we're going to go across or not. We're just going to have a bit of a discussion. Unfortunately my front locker's not engaging, so I've only got one. I got a rear locker for the weekend. Right, well we've decided we're all going through, so fingers crossed it goes pretty good.
a bit and give it a nudge. Yep. Your best line is going to be come towards me and then turn hard right once you get over that log just there. Righto, hard right hand down now.
Right guys, well this is another control point. Grabbed another couple but didn't film. Just making our way up through the chasm. I didn't show this last time we did the chasm a few weeks ago, but there's a lot of just driving up through the scrub, some rocks and a bit of slop, and real tight with big panel truck like Lando, especially with no doors, with no bars. So it's nice and tight.
Righto guys, we've just had a quick pause along the track as Shane came over the radio and said that he could hear some air coming out of his tyre at whenever it flexed up, I assume. Yep. So we've just stopped so that Tim can get his compressor out, and as you heard earlier, just blow them back up a wee bit. And Dad is just chucking a wee bit more oil in the Hilux.
Well, far out. The thing we were really hoping wouldn't happen has happened, and we've met other teams coming the other way and they are winching out of the chasm that we're wanting to go back in, but at least there's a good passing spot behind us. But obviously we just got to get these two trucks back out.
To be honest, I think you'll drive back out.
Yeah, you'll drive out of there. See how the track's getting chewed out, eh?
Yeah, wasn't it?
That's Ben. That's genuinely Ben, Lockie. I think. Stop him down here.
Gun it from there.
Oh,
No, it's hitting the rock fire.
winch?
Hey,
Yeah.
hang on. We've got three. Put your window down. We'll make use of this and we'll find out if that rim is bent. So just sit it in gear and just turn everything. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello sir, would you like to tell our brave and adventurous cameraman what's going on here?
Truck won't start halfway down the chasm. That's the
Mmm,
long story short.
Land Rover?
What a convenient place to break down. Maybe it is. It wasn't the other day, so that's kind of what I was going with, but it could well be.
Righto guys, as you can see, The team of Jeeps just pulled up behind us midway through the chasm. That's obviously part of the teams event. You are going to have multiple teams on the same tracks, and unfortunately for them, there isn't exactly anywhere that they can pass us, seeing as Lando is still not working.
Don't straighten that part again.
Right, so unfortunately we haven't been able to get Lando fixed. So what we're going to be doing is using the winch from one of these guys who have pulled up behind us, just to tow the truck back over off the track, sort of over there somewhere, just so that these guys can get past and we don't hold them up too much, because it's a wee bit rude to continue blocking the track and spoiling their day for them.
Alright guys, well, I don't know. Truck just fired up after lots of twiddling and not really finding any reason for it to be doing anything weird, other than the fact it had basically no spark. There we are, it just cut out again. Anyway, it's running again, but far out that's dodgy. You don't know where it's going to cut out. So, I don't know what we're going to do from here. I guess we'll just keep driving until it does it again, and hopefully it doesn't do it again. But yeah. Blimmin' frustrating, eh? So frustrating because it's so hard to diagnose. But yeah, it has got really weak spark, Lockie found. So anyway, the other team, we're letting them go past, and then I guess we'll just continue on.
After dying for a third time, Lando is back up and running. In other news, I have discovered that we have slightly rearranged part of our steering, which is interesting. Seeing as we can still steer, we're probably just going to ignore the issue and fix it once we're back at the trailer.
Guys, well, we're just coming up on the next checkpoint. Lando's running for the time being, so we're making hay while the sun shines. Just got this gnarly weed downhill. Should be quite entertaining. We've got to somehow stack all the trucks up so that we can get a photo of it on the pretty much the worst bit of the downhill.
Wee bit more.
Alright guys, well we're just trying to get the Lux down the drop into the main chasm itself, but he's got a bent steering arm, so he's not got full range to the left, I believe. So it's making it blimmin' difficult. But we've met up with the Jeep team that went past us before. They're just all over there. Far out, it's blimmin' brute away. And the truck's died a couple more times, but it's seeming to fire up quicker again, so that's kind of handy. Whoa! Far out! You want me to move, Steve? While they're busy getting the photo of the Ken and everything, the other team looks like they've blown an X or a CV or a UJ, I don't know. But we got the front apart. So yeah, and then obviously my truck's, Lando's still running like garbage. I forgot to say that the Zook has just absolutely buckled a rim. It's real not happy, and then obviously we're just trying to straighten out the steering arm on the Racelux.
Now's the time to do it.
You reckon your rims bent?
Just a little bit.
That's goosed.
You've got your new one on. You do that. Another one. One more. Oh, it's the wrong side.
Yeah. Oh, a bit of spring back to it. So the Suzuki's wheels back on, the Hilux's steering arm is back on. My truck fired up, so that's a win, and we're just coming to see what this climb out of the chasm's like, because yeah, 3 weekends ago I drove out of here, but far out it's chewed out since then. It's real nasty now, so I can see why yeah, it's taken so long. Yeah, we'll just wait for the Jeeps to clear out and then we'll just probably haul our way up. Oh! Is it really? Well, we're almost out of the chasm now. Tough day, but nearly there. Then we've got to hone around, legally of course, and go and grab the trailer for Steve so that they can chuck the Lux on the back, and then got to be back by 6 o'clock, or otherwise we get no points for the day. We won't have got heaps thanks to this thing not running for a whole bunch of time, but it'd be nice to still be, you know, not last. Right guys, quick update. Steve's come up with a clever idea, which I hadn't thought of, and that was to leave the Hilux behind, because you don't actually have to have all the trucks back. Oh, far out. What up? You don't actually have to have all the trucks back to be signed out. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the Hilux at the end of the chasm. Everyone's going to pile in here. We're going to go get a couple of close points at Napoleon's, and then we're going to just boost on back to the RSA, sign out, and then once we signed out, come back and collect it after that. It is proper high up. Right guys, well, good news, we are back in time, just got to go clock out, and then a bit of a stitch up. The dinner tickets for tonight's meal are in the Pajero, which is back at the chasm, so we've got to go grab those before we can actually have dinner. But it's been a good day. We'll go and sign in, finish collecting points. We didn't do too badly considering we worked out we're down for about 3 hours in between the truck not running and waiting for other vehicles to move, so yeah, good day, good day. Welcome to day 2 of the ANZAC weekend Reefton teams event. We had some truck problems with Lando not firing, so a little bit I guess wary of that today, but I believe we're doing closer tracks to Reefton, so it's not so bad if something does go wrong. But truck's taking a bit of a beating. It's got a bit more pushed in there, and then yeah, we're just about to head down, grab some fuel, and then go sign in for the start of the event. Okay, enough talking, let's get into it. 42, Alright guys, well I've barely been filming because it's been all go. We're trying to stay ahead of another team that pulled in the trailer park right behind us, so I didn't even get to film that, but it is all happening. Yeah, it seems to be, we're taking off a few so far, so it's all good.
That man.
I like full climb that with enough gentle.
Mate, they nearly hit that.
You'll be right there.
Righto guys, it is currently about 4:35. We're up a place called Larry's Creek, which is some distance down the main road outside of Reefton. So we've got a 5 o'clock cut off, otherwise we get no points for the day. We've got to be back and signed out. So old mate Tim's got the hammer down.
Alright guys, well as you can see, totally forgot to outro the video as per usual. Anyway, I wanted to quickly touch on what the problem with the truck was, or what we think the problem with the truck was, before, you know, wrapping up this video. So, obviously it kept stalling out on downhills, so that was making it very awkward. We thought the problem was gone, or had kind of resolved itself after we had a play with the coil. Seemed to be running better at the end of day one. But then during day two it started playing up again, which to be honest I can't even remember if we mentioned in the video, but we were battling that. And then during day two, obviously it was a very disjointed video, sorry. Unfortunately, yeah, it was just really rainy. The camera I'm filming on, which is the camera I almost always use, is not waterproof, so if it's raining a bit I often have the camera out, but yeah, it was just tipping it down to the point where I couldn't really have the camera out. So yeah, I do apologise for the very jumpy around video. It doesn't really make sense, just a bunch of clips, but that's why. But yeah, it also meant that I had to put what I was hoping to make into 2 separate videos into one video, so that's what happened there. So just a bit of clarification. But yeah, awesome event, massive thank you to the organisers, especially Rick for putting it on. Such an awesome day, well, such an awesome weekend I should say, and we ended up getting 7th overall. I think it was 7th, yeah, 7th overall out of the 15 teams, so not great, not too terrible. Would have been a lot nicer to have done better if this thing hadn't kept dying, but I'm sure every other team had a reason for not doing too good as well, so it's all good. Just a bit of a pain that truck let the team down, but I mean, it happens. Yeah, we're only a couple points behind the next team, so we're right behind you, Tom. Before we wrap up, I wanted to touch on is the last couple of weeks I haven't uploaded. The video that you've just watched is about 2 weeks old now. Unfortunately, it was just a combination of really busy timeline, and also I have been a bit quite crook lately, so it all kind of just wrapped into being yeah, not really able to get those videos out, and I kind of needed a short break from it, so 2 weeks off and we're back into it. So back into every Monday, the videos will be coming out. I'm actually just about to start packing to go film the first round of the New Zealand Winch Challenge down in Alexandra tomorrow, so trust me, it's all go. Heaps of content coming. We're going to be working out why this thing's running like a bag of bolts. We're going to be working on the $100 disco, filming events, and going and seeing some new places. So stay tuned for all that by hitting subscribe. Sorry for the long outro, but that's pretty much it. Give us a like and let us know what you thought of the trip, and let us know why you think that thing's dying by popping a comment down below. Until the next one, cheers for watching. We'll see you then.